Hello whiskey lovers and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. I'm in Düsseldorf at the Jedi-Con, one of the biggest Star Wars conventions in mainland Europe. So this is basically two of my favorite hobbies. I've got Star Wars on the one hand and whiskey on the other. And it's not just any whiskey, no, this is my favorite whiskey, Auchentoshan, the triple distilled lowlander. Now this is an independent bottling of Auchentoshan from Anam, and Anam is Gaelic for the soul of Scotland. It's run by Tom Skoronek. I've met the guy before, and he selects the casks himself. And this is actually the first outing into Auchentoshan that Tom has done for Anam, and it's a single sherry cask. It's a refill sherry cask, in fact, a refill sherry hogshead that yielded only 121 bottles. It was distilled in December 1995 and it was bottled in November 2013. So basically it's a 17-year-old just 1 month shy of being an 18-year-old. It is bottled at a cask strength of 54.8% ABV, so quite a high ABV cask strength, an independent bottling of Auchentoshan. Let's give this one a go. It's got an old golden color and it clings to the glass beautifully, mainly because of the high ABV content, of course, on the nose. Oh, this is a very enticing nose. All kinds of sherry influences. So maybe even though it was a refill sherry cask, I still get a lot of sherry influence, so I presume it was rather an active cask. I get some blood oranges and some raisins, marzipan as well, and even some wood smoke. There's not much of the original delicate nature of Auchentoshan still out there in the glass. The sherry really overpowers the delicate spirit, I think. But nevertheless, this is a very, very exciting nose and a very sweet nose as well. It's very nice. The only thing that really reminds me of the typical Auchentoshan distillery character is a floral note all the way in the back. Right, on the palate then. It's very creamy, very spicy as well. Punchy too. It's even a bit piquant, you know, it's even a bit scorching. And I get the same fruit that I got on the nose with the blood oranges in the lead. Yes, the blood oranges are really, really up front in the mouth and they overpower everything else. I do get some leather and mid-palate the malt is going a bit dry on the palate. But it is juicy and jammy enough to remain interesting. Very nice palate indeed. On the finish then. The finish is warm. The finish is spicy. And it lingers very, very, very long indeed. Well, I have to say, I'm mightily impressed with this single sherry hogshead of Auchentoshan 17-year-old. Very impressed indeed with this release by Anam, and it was clearly, very clearly, a very active sherry cask, lending its characteristics to the delicate spirit of Auchentoshan, my favorite triple distilled malt. And that's it for all this whiskey rambling, and I hope to see you again at one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings real soon, and until then, may the malt be with you.